take my big long sword and shove it up your demon hole. And I don't use lube on demons.
Wait a minute. Can we talk about this? Can we talk about this a second? Wait a minute. Can we just, like, discuss it? Like, you know, civilized people? That's what I thought. I'll give you a tip. Don't ever stand in front of a dragon when he sneezes. He can't control his fire at that point. He will burn your ass. Take it from a dragon. I know. Whoa! Oh my god! Dude! What happened? Man, I don't know! Look up there! Where? Over there! I can't see it!
Right in the dick, right in the dick, right in the dick! Ah! I'm good at shooting things in the dick. Don't ask me why. You'd think I wouldn't because of professional courtesy.
I'll stand right on your dick. I'm gonna jump on it. Jump on your dick. Jump on your dick. Jump on your dick. Jump on your dick. Is that good? Is that me? Am I gonna be chased down by some flaming guy? Thanks for the photo. You're gone. Like, it's quiet. Too quiet. Oh! Now it's far too loud. Far too loud. Only one hit. I can't fuck up now. Yes! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you, bitch! Fuck you, bitch! Fuck you, bitch! Yes! Shine a spotlight over. Take a flash. Okay, I turned my brain on. I'm gonna give it my best shot. Everybody put your hands in the air and say, holy shit. Yeah, that pretty much explains it. Welcome back to the Dragon Slayer, everybody. I know. Nobody's got to say it. Nobody's got to tell me. I know. I sound like shit. I know. I look like shit. I know. And that's even before the COVID hit. And those of you who haven't been keeping up with my Facebook page, I tested positive for the vid on Thursday. I haven't really had too many serious issues. Just basically just like a really bad like cold or maybe like a minor flu feelings. And you know, my energy levels have been kind of up and down, but I feel like I'm on the upper side of it. So hopefully I'm getting over it. Try my best to, I still want to stream because I really want to finish off Final Fantasy IV. So that's why I'm doing it. So I do apologize for sounding so much like shit. Kaz, I would love to give you the cookies, but unfortunately, Mikey beat you to it. Mikey was first in the chat. However, you still have some Crimstones. You want those extra 10 dragon cookies. You know what to do. Crimson's COVID Chronicles. God, don't I know it? I'm doing. You can hear how I'm doing, Darth. Thank you for asking, though. Yeah, I got a deeper voice now. I'm not even using the 2 out of the 1 minute gap. Well, I guess, yay, money for me. I'll enjoy my 2 cents I got for that. But yeah, it's better than what Facebook is doing. Scotty Blaze talked about a thing recently on Facebook, and I'm just like, I'm glad I got out of there when I did. Yeah, I got a deeper voice now. I'm not even using the voice mod. I'm not even using my voice mod.
Now how do I sound? Do I sound any better? Do I sound even deeper? Yeah, even deeper. Yeah. Does it sound like my dick grew about 6 inches? Oh, yeah. That means it's gotten bigger, it's gotten longer, it's gotten blacker, but I guarantee you, it'll still be shooting white.
Thank you for the hug, Tart. I appreciate that. Andrew said, yeah, it is still Subtober. Something like 30, I think it's 30% off subscriptions. So, by all means, if you want to, I'd always appreciate every sub that you guys offer, but it's not required. This show will always be free. Twitch getting rid of hosting in October. I did hear about that. I didn't read much into it. I don't really see I see a downside, but I don't really see a downside because for some people, hosting the stream, unless I just don't understand the concept completely, doesn't really promote your stream. Because if you're a small streamer and you're hosting somebody else's stream, random people, when I say random, like even your best fans are going to come by your stream randomly and see somebody see you hosting somebody and they want to go see them. It's not going to happen that way. For smaller streamers, people will only come to your channel, your page, if you're live. Nobody is going to randomly go to your page if you're not live. But so maybe there's more to the whole concept of hosting that I understand. So if it is, then I apologize. But from how I understand it, it's no big loss to me. But whatever. It is what it is. As far as like what's been, Twitch is going to continue making changes with their platform. It's just the way, it's how this kind of thing works, so on and so forth. It just keeps going. It's going to evolve. It's going to add new things. It's going to be better. It's going to take away things that may have been better before, so on and so forth. It's just how this industry, if you allow me the phrase, actually goes. I will say, though, I am still glad that I'm over here on Twitch and not on Facebook. Yeah, my growth has been exponentially less over here on Twitch than it was on Facebook, but Twitch is just a more creative opportunity platform than Facebook. Guy with deep voice visits the doc to find a solution about it, and doc says it's the big balls. No other option than to do but surgery. He's okay with it. 1 week later after the surgery, his voice is normal, but now he visits the doc saying he misses his voice after all. Is there a way to revert it? Doc says, with now a deep voice, no. Thank you, Jumbo Tato. I appreciate the get well wishes. Well, that's the way it's always going to be, Kez. Essentially, when you're to answer your question about my microphone, I'm using a HyperX, what is it called? Quadcast. HyperX Quadcast. There's two different, at least when I bought this one, there's two different types of Quadcast. There's just the Quadcast. There's like the Quadcast S, I think it's called. The Quadcast, the standard Quadcast, is like my current microphone here. Let me move something real quick. My current Quadcast is like this one here. It's just pretty much a regular microphone. Nothing really special to it. I think the only difference between the HyperX and the HyperX S, or the Quadcast and the Quadcast S, is that the S allows you to change the color of the light on the microphone. This part here, this can actually change. You can change it to where it like rotates colors through, or if you like one specific color, you can put it on that. But you can customize the color of the microphone. Me, I don't think I need it. I didn't really want it because I don't think I need it, because you guys never see the microphone. There's no point in me having shiny colors on it if you're never going to see it. And besides, I like the red anyway. It fits me perfectly. I think there's like a few other like small technical changes that are a little bit better on the S, but that's not what I need. Now, I can tell you this: if it's a little out of your price range, I don't think it would be, depending on what you're looking for, Kaz. But if the HyperX is a little out of your price range, the Blue Yeti is a pretty standard microphone. In fact, I can show you what it looks like. It's this right here. This is the Blue Yeti. I've used this forever. Now it's the mic I use for talking to it whenever I'm playing on PlayStation with friends and stuff. I had one that broke. Really, I've been using this one for like, I don't know, 4 years, 5 years, something like that. And it's it's good. I mean, my only problem with the Blue Yeti is that it doesn't seem to have the same level of noise cancellation as the HyperX does. I still have to put noise gates on the HyperX, of course, but the Blue Yeti seems to pick up a lot more background shit than the HyperX does. Like I've got a fan on and AC running or whatever. I mean, it's better than the blue Snowball, mind you, but it is what it is. The Shure brother built was like $408 plus. Yeah, there's some microphones that are the HyperX and the Yeti are USB mics. There's another like connection called XLR that's like crystal clear. It's like you would be like literally being here listening to me talk to you. That's how clear it is. There's no synthesis whatsoever. It sounds like I'm actually talking to you without any modification. Very, very high tech. Very, very, very clean. Very clear. Very, very good stuff. I mean, but you see like the big streamers, big YouTubers, Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, PewDiePie, Maximilian Dude on Twitch. The big guys that do this for a living have those microphones because those are the perfect microphones. They have the audio on those things are designed for professional, they're professional microphones. Or people that do like narration or voice acting. Maybe they do it from home. They don't use a USB mic. They use a professional XLR mic. You can still do hosts until the month changes, but you already can use the replacement feature, which is promotion hype trains. So like that. Basically, the higher the level of the hype train, the more people will see your channel promoted to them. Score at the end isn't clear enough, but that though, I felt like level 5 was much more rewarding than level 1. Well, again, as far as that goes, it doesn't really affect me very much because in the little over a year that I've been streaming on Twitch, I think I've had one hype train. Might have had a second one. Can't remember for sure, but I think I've only had one. I got close one time, I think. I think I had like a hype train approaching just a few days before I got sick. But I think I've only had like one actual hype train. Have a good night, Kez. Thanks for stopping by. This is a tripod microphone with filter with USB connection and the sound in. I prefer my cheap ass jack plug desktop microphone. Yeah, everyone has their preferences. I mean, I'm sure with the right talent and technological expertise, you could take the worst microphone in the world for the most part and make it sound like a professional XLR mic. With some limitations, of course. But you got to be like, really good expertise. Hello, Nix. Welcome in again. I do apologize to anybody for me sounding so absolutely horrid. If you can't stand my voice today, I completely understand you not wanting to be here. I am recovering from COVID. I still am positive right now, unfortunately, but I think I'm on the downside of it because I've gone through at least since 7 o'clock this morning when I got up. I really haven't had any issues other than like some nasal issues. I haven't really felt like I was drained of energy. Otherwise, I wouldn't be streaming. Other than just like having to blow my nose every once in a while, which a lucky box of Kleenex here, which I think is it's almost empty. Should have gotten 2 boxes. Oh shit. Host for what was making you show up, but not anymore. That's going to kill small channels over time. I don't really think people like to look like blue cheese. I don't think that hosting me. I didn't get hosted very often. At least if I did, my notifications didn't work. But hosting didn't really seem to boost my numbers very much, if any at all. So again, these changes they're making never seem to do me any good. So I can't really say I'm upset about these changes that they're making because it won't. I don't think it'll affect me directly either direction. Anyway, what we're doing today is we're going to play some more Final Fantasy IV. The last time we were in this, I was trying to get the Ragnarok sword from Bahamut, and having trouble beating him. But I spent some time off stream while I was sick doing some grinding, and I got everyone into the 70s. If there's anybody in here who has some Final Fantasy IV knowledge, I'd really appreciate some advice on something or some information on something. Is Rydia known for being a very slow leveler? Like, is her levels, does she gain levels far more slowly than other characters? Because as I was grinding last week, excuse me, I wanted to get everybody into the 70s. Everybody except Rydia was gaining levels pretty well. It seemed like everybody would get to like two or three levels before Rydia would even get one. And by the time I got everybody into like their middle or the low 70s, Rydia was still in her mid 60s. And so I started going into battles with everybody dead except Rosa because she could still revive if Rydia died. And just have Rydia spam Bahamut over and over again until to get her leveled up. Because the experience you gain is divided among your living party members. So obviously, if everybody is dead, whatever character is left, they get the experience, right? So Rydia was getting more experience because she was the only one alive. Well, okay, half the experience because Rosa was alive too, but it was still a way to level her up faster, but it was still taking me forever. So if it's normal for Rydia to take a long time to level up, at least I know that I wasn't doing something wrong. Please feel free to let me know. But with that said, I have done some leveling. As you can see, I've also got some money, as you can tell. I almost got 9 million. It's just past 8 million gil mark. I went ahead and pulled all my items off of the Fat Chocobo. So I have my Phoenix Downs, I have my tents. The only thing I don't have is ethers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and we're going to warp out of here. And we are going to walk our way back down to back down here because I didn't want to try to take on Dark Bahamut without ethers. So we're going to mosey out of here. Then we're going to come back down here and take on Dark Bahamut and see if we can get Ragnarok before we move on to the end of the game. So the other day, an episode of Gordon Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares, where the owner, self-appointed chef, was putting everything in the freezer, even blue cheese. Right. And people told me I was weird because I put everything in my fridge. Right, where we got issues here? Where are we having issues here? Alright, what's going on here? Sorry about the technical issues, everybody. I don't know what in the world's going on here. Frame rate seems to be fixed here. What about the game? Yeah, it seems to be okay. I think it's better. It looks like it's a little... I can't tell if that's actually the game or if it's... I think it's the game that's actually lagging, so it's not the stream. Yeah. What the hell? That was delayed. What is going on here? There is such a delay in what I'm looking at here. On my screen as I'm looking at it, there's a delay in what I'm doing. Like when I hold up my fingers, I do it and then I see it happen like almost a full second later. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna pause here and we're gonna come back after a minute. So let me, I apologize for ending the stream right at the moment. But we'll be back in just a little bit. I gotta find out what's going on here. I gotta reset the computer or whatever. But I'll be back in a minute. Sorry, y'all. Check 1, 2. Are we back? Are we back? Looks like everything's working now. Okay. Let's try this again. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. Let's play Final Fantasy IV without any more technical issues. Yep, we back, Mikey. Okay. Yeah, game's moving much smoother. maybe from now on I just need to like restart my computer before I go live every time, just to be sure. It'd be much less of a pain in the ass that way. Do need in order to change this back because it was a little quick. I wanted it quickly so I could get some of the grinding done faster. But now it's a little too quick for normal combat. It's not. Let's just not deal with these guys. Just say I'm not in a mood for dessert. Oh, fuck off. One step away from the ship. Okay. I didn't want to actually leave the moon. I wanted to go over here. I can literally buy 88 dry ethers, which maxes me out. Buy 37 elixirs too, which is pretty good. I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go ahead and buy 37 elixirs. Anything here that I want to sell? Pretty sure I got my gear the way I want. Thank you for the love, Josh. Appreciate it. Welcome in. Good to see you. Slot. Let's go back in. Head back into our little. Back into where we were. We go all the way back around into the crystal building again. We can't land near it. God forbid. Blood Bryce, thank you for the like and the love as well. Again, I apologize everybody for sounding rough. Still trying to defeat the COVID. I'm probably as ready as I'm going to be for the Dark Bahamut fight, and then the final boss fights after that. Yeah, Josh, I was, I tested positive on Thursday. Fuck these guys, man. I've been feeling a little rough the last couple of days. Nothing too terrible. Just more of an irritant than anything else. And then I'm on the positive side of it. And I mean, like, I'm on the good side of it, not the positives. That I'm more positive that I'm getting better. I gotta hope that I can remember how to get to the. Now I gotta hope I remember how to get back to the Ragnarok, because I don't remember how to get there. There was a secret path somewhere that I found. That's what it was. I just gotta remember where the secret path was. I think it was on the 3rd floor, maybe 4th floor. Hello, Silver Dragon. Goodbye, Silver Dragon. I think this is. I think it's the next floor. Let's see. Down here. Oh. Okay, this is the right floor. It's on the floor below me that I need to reach. I think. One more floor down. Then that leads me to the secret path. I actually want to go down. My bow users do a lot of damage when in the front row. It's kind of weird, considering that they're using ranged weaponry. Obviously, it doesn't follow the same rules as, like, say, Final Fantasy VII. Long-range weapons don't matter what row you're in. This is the floor. Easy peasy. Still amuses me. Here to the portal. Thanks, Josh. Trust me, I don't feel like the best right now. I mean, been worse, but I've also been way better. Use a cottage. You have to excuse me, I'm gonna step away for a moment. Let's do this.
This segment of the Dragon's Lair is sponsored by Morningwood Sporting Goods. We've got your hardwood. Northman's Southern Westfield Dumpers. We'll dump your hot load. And by Big Dick's Aircraft, Ships, and Submarines. See your local ass dealer today.
I don't think you guys wanted to hear and see me blowing my snot locker. Ooh, a little bit of wooziness. There was one thing that I had quite a bit of, especially Wednesday before I left work. I would like stand up and I just get really dizzy. Damn it, really? Not really dizzy. Dizzy's not the word to put on it, but woozy, like lightheaded, sort of. Sort of like the feeling of being dizzy, but without the spinning feeling, which is more like my head just wasn't there. Excuse me, sorry. Alright. Ragnarok. Dark Bahamut. Take your Wolverine. Yes. Much less damage. Okay. Or much more survive, it is. Oh, wait, don't sun it. That's right, don't sun it. And remember, do not summon against Dark Bahamut. Hi Choco, thanks for stopping in. Good to see you. How's your move going? Lots of packing last week before move day next Saturday. Cool, cool. Are you moving into a house, or are you just moving to another apartment, or... If you've talked about this before, I may have just missed it. Another apartment? Okay, alright. Bigger one, I hope. So you can break that shield, so you don't do any good. You'll probably just put it back up, but... 1400 for a 2-bedroom, though, and a nice set of town, so it's worth it. 1400 for a 2-bedroom, I don't think is that bad. Oh, wow, I got him! Wow, amazing how just a little bit of grinding makes the difference. Just all you gotta do is survive that first Omega face beam, and then just easy. Yeah, with apartment prices going up, I'm never going to be getting out of a 1-bedroom apartment. Holy Jesus! Even if it wasn't going up to 2,300, you're getting a savings just by going from 18 to 14. Damn. Ragnarok. A holy sword feared by monsters that was once sealed. You know what else is a holy sword? No, not really. Not at all. No. North Dallas, yeah. Well, yeah, I believe that. I mean, it's North Dallas. It's the only place that's more high end than North Dallas is like Highland Park and what was the other park? Highland Park and I really can't remember the other park city. University Park. Holy crap! Good God, it's been that long since I left Dallas. I can't remember the name of University Park. Jesus, brain. Jesus. Yeah, they've more than doubled. Good God. Yeah. I'm never going to have a place of my own to live. Like, I'm not going to own my own home or anything like that. I'll be probably living in an apartment, probably 1-bedroom apartment by myself the rest of my life. So, however long that may or may not be. So, it is what it is, I suppose. Life is expensive. A pizza crown? Never heard of that before. Does that mean it's a spiky pizza? Like a hedgehog pizza? Here and this guy in the face, stab him, shoot him, poke him. Now, I do want to say something about RPGs that I've always had a complaint about. And I'm sure probably the primary answer is the limitations of the system and memory and all that. But I always wondered why there was a max damage limit. Why is it that you can only damage enemies up to 9999? I know that in like, say, in Final Fantasy X and some other, later games, the break limit is, the damage limit is expanded. You can break it with certain abilities and stuff like that. But I just wonder, why is there a damage limit to begin with? Why couldn't you just, if your attack deals 10,134 damage, why not just say 10,934? What's so wrong with that? Hi Holly, welcome in. Good to see you. Again, I do apologize for sounding like a beat up old stack of shit. I'm aware. Believe it or not, you could ask Shannon. I sound better today than I did yesterday. Not vastly, mind you, but I am better than I was yesterday. The right way. Oh, there's a chest over there. Well, compared to what I've heard other people say about their experience and their symptoms with COVID, I can safely say that I feel that I'm very lucky with what I had to deal with. Yeah, I've been tired. Yeah, I've had energy drain. Yeah, I've had nasal issues. In fact, I still got a tissue box over here. I'm blowing my nose. Try to drink water as much as I can, which reminds me, I guess I haven't done that in a few minutes, so bottoms up, y'all. Been drinking orange juice, but also having taking some Dayquil, because I hate trying to take NyQuil. Even if I'm trying to go to sleep, I hate taking NyQuil. Yeah, I'm aware. It's like I said, from what I've heard other people talk about their experiences, I had a smooth ride. This is actually the first day that after waking up this morning, I felt, especially since it took me till like 2 o'clock before I went live, from when I got up at 7 a.m. to 2 o'clock, that I didn't feel it in any particular moment that I was just like, oh, I don't want to do anything. I didn't feel lethargic. I actually did get a touch sleepy around 11:30, maybe 11 o'clock. I laid down for a nap, napped for like about an hour, and then I got up and I've been fine ever since. I haven't felt that sleepiness either. So, yeah. Kid got a couple weeks ago. It was like a mild flu. Coughed right in my face, too, and never got it. Well, there are some people that that get infected with COVID, but don't have any symptoms. I think I might have been that way for at least a little while. Maybe I just got like I got affected this time by it or whatever. Because back before I left Nebraska, I was in very close proximity with somebody who was positive with COVID. About like he actually started getting sick with his symptoms like 2 days after I saw him, and I never had any symptoms whatsoever. This is actually the first time I've had any kind of symptoms from COVID, and I'd also heard that when you get your vaccination, if you get a pretty bad headache from the vaccination, that there's a pretty good chance that you at some point were positive with COVID. You just may not have had any symptoms. And I had a pretty good headache after my second vaccination. So, I'm willing to bet that this time isn't my first time I was actually positive. I just was asymptomatic. I didn't have symptoms. Which again, I'm also very thankful for. I can say one thing about that. I mean, I don't like really giving myself compliments, especially about things I can't control, like my immune system. But I can say that is one thing I'm glad of and I'm blessed with, is whenever I do get sick, I seem to recover very quickly. And it takes a lot for me to actually get sick. When I actually do get sick, it's pretty fucking bad. If I actually get sick, I get really bad sick. I don't hardly get colds. In fact, this is the first time I've actually had any kind of like true sick symptoms since Christmas of 2019, when I had like a minor. I think I had like a minor bout with a flu, where I could like I had an issue with a potential flu, but it wasn't bad enough to actually get it. I just got like some sick and some body aches, so it wasn't actually like full on flu. Did I do this part already? Whatever. Spell. Excuse me. So he actually does something other than just cast Protect on himself. Okay, that happened. Thanks, Confused Cecil, for doing that. Getting back to what I was saying about my immune system, I've always had easy time avoiding getting sick, and when I did get sick, it usually has to be pretty bad, but I've also recovered from it pretty quickly as well. I mean, I hope I really do, because I don't want to be off work for this long. I had to stay home Thursday and Friday because I'm positive, and I checked this morning and I'm still positive, but I need to check with my supervisor and see if, you know, all I gotta do is just not have any, like, contagious symptoms like a fever, and hopefully I can go back. As I only have a few days of sick time, and I can't spend it. I can't spend it all, or I can't run it all out and not be able to go back. Hey, Chef, welcome in. Good to see you, by the way. Yes, the dreaded vid. It got me. It got the dragon. Dragons are not immune to COVID, unfortunately. But as I was just telling everybody else, I've been relatively lucky considering the symptoms that most other people have gotten, or many people have gotten. I've been blessed to not have to deal with anything too severe. Which is why I sound raspy and bad and... I'm really not that sick, y'all. I'm really not bad anymore. I just sound bad, and of course I got the coughs, which didn't help anything. Thank you for the shout-outs, Josh. I'm not terrible. I'm not terrible. I just sound like shit. My last 2 Kleenex. I'm fucked. And no, I haven't been using these Kleenexes for what you think I've been using it for. Every one of these has touched only my nose. I promise. I swear it. I have not once shot any fluid out of my body anywhere else except for my nose into one of these.
This segment of the Dragon's Lair is sponsored by Big Dick's Chocobo Ranch. We have all the feed and supplies for all your Chocobo needs. By Emotional Recovery Services Incorporated LLC. Have you been emotionally scarred by Fortnite? Call ERS today. And by Afton Animatronics. We have the safest animatronics anywhere.
Have you ever wanted to be like your favorite RPG heroes? Now you can, with Dragon's Combat Academy. You too can perform the most powerful attacks in RPGs. Learn Cloud's Bravery, Zidane Grand Lethal, and Orange Bushido. Want to try something more challenging? Ask about our advanced classes. Master the techniques that utterly obliterate your enemies, like Necron's Grand Cross and Sephiroth's Super. Call the Dragon's Combat Academy to sign up for upcoming classes today.
And sorry about that, Chef. I don't think you guys want to hear me blowing my nose and hacking up along. So, yeah, I didn't think you guys want to hear that. So, I didn't really go anywhere. I was still here. I just, you know. So you guys didn't hear the elephant in the room. And by elephant, I mean my nose as I blow it. Apparently, I sound like an elephant when I blow my nose. I've been told that before. Okay, let's skip this cutscene because we've seen it 1,000 times. Yeah, I can't like speed through this battle. I am Chaz. Despite how I sound, I am alive. Despite the audible evidence to the contrary, life has not escaped my body yet. The vid has not defeated me yet. Let's see if I can actually take on Zeramus this time. One thing that bugs me about this is that every time, if you do lose to Zeramus, you have to go through this entire cutscene again. And I guess it's a common thing, now that I really think about it, because every JRPG that you deal with, when you reach the final boss, there's very few times you have the opportunity to do something to skip the cutscene or whatever. There's hardly any way to like save right before you actually have to fight them, so you can just go straight into the fight again once you lose. Are you streaming when I'm awake? Normally you wait till stupid o'clock my time until you go live. Well, for one thing, it's Saturday. For two, I'm positive with COVID, so I can't go to work, even if I was working Saturday. I would have streamed earlier this week, you know, like Thursday and Friday I was off work, but I just felt so much like shit. I felt I could have tried, but I didn't want to like, you know, get in the stream and be like, hey everybody, how you doing? Let's do da da da. And then my energy levels just drop out and I'm just sitting here going, So, yeah, I decided not to. Today is the first day that I was able to actually, you know, stream and play, and I feel like I'm going to be turning into a undead zombie here. in-boss cutscenes so many times in this game. Yeah. This will be like, I think, the 4th time I've done this. Because I haven't been prepared for this battle. I spent some time grinding while I was sick, trying to get leveled up enough to take on Dark Bahamut, so I could get Ragnarok. But hopefully those levels will help me in this battle too. Only today's game day, but it's international weekend, so the boys are just off. Hey, that sounds good. Sounds good. See, I don't think I used Bahamut at all before this battle started, so I should have plenty of MP. There you go. Alright, all matches have been nullified because I have to use the crystal first. Now I can attack. Bahamut. Protect. Protect. Let's hope this doesn't turn into another Necron fight and I spent 6 hours doing this shit. Me and final boss in Final Fantasy usually don't get along. Well, okay, I really can't say that. But 1 and 2 final bosses weren't that bad. God, that attack is so deadly. God damn. That big those gonna kill me. Well, I can definitely say I lived longer this time than I did the first time I went through here. By the way, I just want to make one thing clear. Zeramus, that's one ugly fucking dude. Yes, Chef is here. He and his awesome Irish accent are here. Sounding way better than my horrible, raspy voice right now. Probably should have turned off the, I should have switched the game battle speed to wait, the ATB to wait. But give me a little more time to strategize and stuff during this fight. Shout out to the 10 people that are in the chat. Thank you for being in here. Appreciate it. Whether you're watching or just lurking, I appreciate you regardless. Hope you're having a great weekend. My accent. This raspy voice isn't an accent. This is just awful is what it is. If I wanted to, I could mask it a little.
We're going with something like this. This is, this doesn't sound so bad. This sounds almost, Sexy. Yeah. Isn't that right, ladies? Y'all are wet now, aren't you? Yeah, I know it. Yeah. They can be like Sex Master Dragon. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'll make you so wet your pants will just slip right off. Oh, yeah.
Isaac Hayes up in this shit. Fast forward. Fast forward, please. I really hope I don't have to go back and do more fucking grinding to be able to get high enough to fight this thing again. Our creeping dragon sounds like Satan. Do the wiggle wiggle there, so Zeramus, do the wiggle wiggle. Everybody do the wiggle. Wiggle 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 wiggle. Yeah, I also know that I also saw that your Lally Ho things you sometimes say I saw the origins of that as well. I realized that was in this game. Yeah, Chef, there's your drawing that you made for me. Creepy's a new one. Maybe I'm using, I'm using Protect. Maybe I should start with Shell instead. Because I bet that both those Big Bang and Black Hole are magic attacks, so I'm using Protect first, which is a waste of time. Who lives this? Who lives through that? Kane did. Oh, Cecil don't live through that, though. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Okay, Black Hole doesn't do any damage. It just removes all the protection defenses, all the protection statuses. Die from that. Could you not? Could you not? Could you just not? Why did he just heal for 9999? Why? he's not just using 2 attacks anymore, he's actually focusing now. I can recover from this. I can recover from this. Gotta 4 people up. Ozma and Necron? I don't think it'd be better as Ozma. I don't blame you. You think beating Ozma is actually better than getting getting up to level 99 in Final Fantasy VII in the first area? Because as for me, I would think it would be that, because that requires a lot of grinding. I mean, like, a lot. Like, an amount of grinding I can't imagine the time it takes. Come on, get that heal down, get that heal down. That wasn't what I wanted. I didn't want Chocobo. God fucking damn it. What happened there? Why did she summon Chocobo? I wanted to summon Chocobo? Did I get Chocobo? The time would have been what made me go, wow, that's a lot. Okay, let me go ahead and switch the battle mode back to wait. Let me go also, let me do this cutscene here, go into the battles. Battle rotate through, what I gotta do, step away for a second. Yuri! Level 99 was just monotonous. Fair. That's fair. Excuse me. I will have to say though, I'm pretty sure I can say safely that this is probably the most difficult final boss I've dealt with. In the Pixel Remaster so far. I don't think I've had any trouble with any of the others. Not to this level. Thanks. You like my red ass? Here. Tenku was so far the toughest Final Fantasy boss for me. I haven't gotten there yet. I never actually beat 6 when I played a long time ago. I think I got to like whatever bosses before him, but It'll still essentially be a blind run when I get there. I don't know that you need to grind to 99, but I know grinding to 70 certainly hasn't been enough yet. I'm gonna take a nap as we go through this cutscene. Wake me when we're done. Hey, don't look at me weirdly. I've seen people that stream when people watch people stream that are asleep. Yeah, people have had live streams while they're asleep. I don't really think Arden was that difficult. I didn't have any trouble with Arden, really. I don't think I died too. I don't even think I got close once. Of course, I didn't really die much at all in 15 because they give you that buffer, whereas if you're down, you can pick yourself up easily. Your Octopus runs out of health, you just pick yourself up with something. Jump, throw, summon a hobbit. Not shell goes on. Damn, lost Rydia. I lost my damage eater right there. Enrico Palazzo. Maybe there's a relation. Why does he heal? I think that nullifies my defense. You're supposed to see Naked Gun. It's been a very, very long time since I've seen that movie. Hey Josh, the man's on a bit of a break. He didn't have to make any food today. God fucking damn it. You're a dick. What a dick. There. That's gonna kill him again. Oh, okay. This guy will just not stop casting that, so I can't get anybody up. At least he changed his attack pattern. Zeramus, like for realsies, man, you're a really huge pain in the dick right now. I mean, my dick doesn't hurt so much any more than it does right now dealing with your ass. Oh, he uses Meteor. I should be happy that it missed. Well, we're going to cross our fingers here and hope Asura helps. Please cast life. Oh, Asura, thank you so much. Oh my god, thank you so much. Sure, I just might have cut in clutch there. She did. Oh my god. I can't believe it. Okay. Where's your next form? Asura came in so clutch there. If she had used anything else, it would have done me any good, but she used life to res everybody. As long as evil exists in the hearts of the living, I cannot perish. Grah! Wait, was that actually it? I was expecting a second form. I mean, technically, I guess Zeramus was Zemus' second form, but I had no idea you don't possess such strength. I apologize, I can't do voices today. Perhaps the people of the blue planet have evolved beyond us Lunarians already. Yeah, you might be right. Zeramus' last words bother me, though. As long as evil exists, true evil will never die. Every living creature has at least a touch of evil in its heart, alongside goodness. As long as there is light and darkness, the overworld and the underworld will be so. Good exists because evil exists, and it was your good that destroyed Zemus' evil. Oh, stop it already. There was nothing to it. What are you talking about? I was surprised Zemus didn't try to control you. I'm sure you have enough evil inside. Nope, my heart is filled with goodness all the way. Well, it is time I return home. What will the rest of you do now? I think we'll go home too. Yes, there are people worried about us. I see. I'm glad you have such wonderful friends. I look forward to the day we meet again. May I come with you? Wish to join me? Yes, I cannot return home, not after all I've done. Would very much like to meet my father's people. Ah, yes, Lunarian blood flows in your veins. Very well, come along. But you must be ready for a long, long sleep. I am. Thank you. You sounded very worried when you called my name, Cecil. Does that mean you've forgiven me? How foolish of me, of course not. I've caused too much suffering. You're off to spend many years in slumber. We pray that the blue planet will be peaceful forevermore. Come. Yes. One word. Conversations are such. Dramatic. Uselessness. Are you certain you want to part this way? He's your brother. Goodbye, everyone. Cecil. Don't be a douche. Go say something to your douchebag brother. Goodbye. Goodbye, my brother. You're still a douchebag. Cecil. Thank you. Make me feel like less of a douchebag. One born of a dragon, bearing darkness and light, will rise to the heavens over the still land. The moon's light eternal brings a promise to earth with bounty and grace. And slow crawling text. Before long, the moon would set forth on a voyage once more, seeking out its light. Though of shared blood, time's march keeps the two separated, one on Earth, one on the moon. A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, the final frontier. These are the voyages of Cecil and his friends. Their continuing mission to stop Golbez and Enzimus and Enzeros. But how do we get back home? We shall begin today's training. Yes, sir. Where's Palom? Oh no, not again. And then I cast Blizzard on the creatures we encountered at Mount Ordeals. Is he trying to flirt with a girl? Whack. Ow. How many times are you going to be late to training? The Elder is really angry. I'll come back, my love, I swear. Is it? Yeah, it kind of is. I think it is. How many times do I have to scold you before you learn? It will be years before you're even half the sage Tella was. As punishment, you must train twice as hard as your sister today. That's not fair. I think it's very fair. Somebody's a suck-up. When will you come to realize that you have responsibilities? You are heir to the throne. I know, jeez. Your mouth says you know, but your actions say otherwise. Yeah. The correct words here would be yes, sir. Alright, I'll shape up. Ugh. I can't help but think about Rydia, though. You know, Edge, I would agree, except for the fact that just a few hours before I saw her as a grown-up, she was a child. And so it's kind of awkward for me to think about that way because, yeah, I'll just stop right there. Yeah, I understand what you're saying about that, Chef. It was awkward. It was weird. I wouldn't say awkward. It was weird when she had that almost nude scene in like one of the really later seasons. Because I actually thought at the moment I was like, please tell me she's at least 18 when she's doing this scene. That way I can be turned on by this and not feel gross about it. You are queen now. Try calling me my king instead of honey. I know, but I can't stand being so formal. Oh no, it's time for training. Yeah, so I gotta go out and be more like, gotta try to work out my Krillin stats. Let us begin training. Hiya. Honey, a king shouldn't be. Do not say that. I think Yang will create a wonderful kingdom. She didn't really look that much older, that's for sure. Your Highness. Play the song about the Paladin again for us. I will, but only after I finish my work. You want the castle back the way it was, right? Yeah, it's a promise, right? I'm sorry. Edward is easily the Kaichi of this game. The most useless character of this game. I hope you're watching over me and helping the people of Domsey and caring for other people as I cared for you, like you said I should. I hope you and Tal are having a fine time together. Tally-ho! We need to repair the castle with great haste. Your Majesty, we don't have enough materials. Take apart the tanks and remove any useful pieces. There's no need to worry about war anymore. Yeah, okay. Father, I wonder how Cecil and his friends are doing. I almost forgot to tell you. It seems Sir Cecil and Lady Rosa are to become the new King and Queen of Baron. Oh my, we have been invited to the coronation ceremony. How lovely. Your Majesty, you're not helping fix the castle at all. Dude, you were like 2 seconds away, and he was talking to his daughter for like 3 seconds, and you're giving him shit about not helping with the castle. What were you going to do in those 3 seconds he was talking to his daughter that was going to make this place look any better than it is? Give the guy some slack. Oh, coronation ceremony, how current? Yeah. It took me a second to realize what you were referring to, but yeah, you're right. Although somehow I got a feeling that Cecil is going to be slightly different than the new royalty. Just like I don't see Charles wearing armor. Not like that. Bally ho! God, I sound like such shit. Cecil. Oh, he's got his helmet off. He's a blonde. Whoa. I cannot bring myself to face you both. Not yet. I must test myself as you did, Cecil, at bout ordeals. I will train until I have surpassed my father as a dragoon. Only then shall I return to Baron. You should make that a meme, Chef. You should make that a meme and post it somewhere. That'll go viral. This is automatic. I can't do anything. This is going away outside. I can't do that. The glass this Thursday? Nice. Do I look better that you can see me more clearly, Josh? It's okay. You don't really have to answer that question. I know I don't look better. Especially after this week. So the solar system that this game is based in has 3 planets, and one of them has 2 moons. Meanwhile, on the moon, excuse me. Oh. What's wrong, Cecil? Wasn't the sex good last night? Thought I heard my brother's voice. Really? Couldn't tell for sure, but forget it. It's probably just my imagination. Hey, you two. Why aren't you getting ready? It's your big day. Must have lost track of time. All the great sex we've been having. You two can play smoochy face all you want later. See, even Sid knows. Come on, Rosa. Your Majesty. You just call me Rosa. Well, Rosa, you gotta get dressed. I mean, she is dressed, but yeah. Get some makeup on you. Bride can't keep people waiting. Come on, we haven't got all day. Why is she need makeup? What are you saying, Sid? Saying she's ugly without makeup? What's wrong with you, man? Have some decorum. Yes, I'm ready. Heard my brother's voice say, so long. Don't you love it how you know when someone's actually, like doing something important because they spin around in 360. But whatever they're doing, they spin around whenever they're done. See? Just like that. Oh my God. Whack. You deserve that, kid. Hello, useless character. Ed's looking away because he's shy. Goodbye, everybody. A little fourth wall break there, I suppose. To the fans across the globe, both past and present, and to the crew who brought the originals to life, who offer profound and heartfelt thanks. Well, I can say that I agree with people that Final Fantasy IV is among the 2D Final Fantasies one of the best. As I think let's keep the jobs, yeah. Let's keep our jobs. Thanks for the job security, yeah. The story, the storytelling, the narrative, the way the narrative was portrayed and presented very much fit more into the way that I know RPGs are nowadays and more than what I'm used to. Like, again, using Final Fantasy VII as my example because 7 was the first time I'd actually played an RPG. So I kind of like Dead Space was my first horror game. So that's my baseline for horror games. That every horror game that I play has to at least be at Dead Space's level of good before I, consider it. 5 is better than 4. Hell, 1 better than 4. Funny how the better 2D games of the Final Fantasy franchise tend to be the ones that stayed in Japan originally. The storytelling of 1, 2, and 3, at least from the way I experienced it, maybe I just didn't experience it right, so to speak. But it just felt like 1, 2, and 3, the storytelling just wasn't quite is there. I'm not saying there wasn't any storytelling or there wasn't a good story. I just felt like it seemed a lot more spread out and like it didn't seem to be as fleshed out, sort of, as far as like the details of the story, whereas 4 did. 2, 3, and 4 were just games to get through. I think 4 so far is the one that's had the best fleshed out story and narrative. I will say that I actually this is just personal preference, but I kind of like the battle system of 3 better because I guess technically 1 as well, but really more 3 because 3 I seem to take advantage of it better in 3 of being able to choose the roles, the classes for each character, which allowed me to set up set up the party for any battle that I wanted, which granted many times in 3 broke down to just one class on all 4 characters, only changing like one at a time. Pretty much I was always using the monk until I got the dragoon, and then once I got the dragoon, I was always using a dragoon. And then just spamming the jump command. So, strategically, yeah, I think 4 is better in that aspect because it really made you have to strategize and work around your the classes that have been like forced upon you and given to you and work about that kind of thing. Whereas in 3, you could customize your roles any way you wanted, but if you liked a particular role and it was powerful enough or even overpowered in some cases, just put it on all 4 of them and you just walk right through the game. Seven felt like the start of a downhill spiral for the franchise. I think I can't speak for 5 and 6 because I haven't played them yet. 7's going to be my favorite because, like I said, first game ever played. First Final Fantasy / first RPG. I ever played, right alongside Chrono Trigger. So they're both right up there. If they said what is your favorite RPG, I couldn't pick one or the other. I would have to say Final Fantasy VII and Chrono Trigger because I played them both. They were both my first. I was playing them both, not literally at the same time, but right about the same time. I didn't have a gaming system at my house because my father was one of those asshole kind of people that was like, video games are the bane of all existence. They rot your brain, they turn it into mush, so on and so forth. So I didn't get a chance to, play any of these games. So the only time I had the opportunity to was when my friend Eric, who lived down the street from me, he had a Nintendo, he had a Genesis, he had a PlayStation, so on and so forth. Well, I played Chrono Trigger on his Super Nintendo, and I played Final Fantasy VII here and there on his PS1. So I kind of like went back to whichever one he happened to be playing. I would either watch him play or play some myself, or vice versa, So that's why I consider both of them my first RPG. And that's why I say they're both my favorite. But Jeff, to answer your question, no, I have not played Zodiac Age yet. I do want to, though. I'm looking forward to it because I do want to see if it actually is better, because I struggled horribly with OG 12. I hated the game in almost every aspect. I was already bad. I mean, not that I'm great at video games now, but I was so bad at video games back when I first played Final Fantasy 12 that I had to use cheats in order to play it, and I still sucked. I still sucked at 12. But getting back to what I was saying, 7 is a baseline. 8 has an okay story with its ups and downs. Battle system that, if you can utilize it properly, is actually good and enjoyable, but you do have to forego some of the things that you would normally use in other Final Fantasies. For example, typically you want to use magic in your Final Fantasy games. You get magic, you want to cast your Fyras, your Thundagas, your Blizzaras, so on and so forth. In Final Fantasy VIII, you're kind of punished for doing that, because if you draw magic and you equip it on your characters, which is how you strengthen your characters, those characters will lose that strength because you're taking away their stats by casting those abilities. Excuse me again. So if you can just set that aside as just, okay, when I play Final Fantasy VIII, I cannot cast magic. Put that thought in your head. Put the thought of like not casting magic at all. Just throw it aside and just go with everything else. Go with attacks. Go with GFs if you want to. Pretty much, I think when I played 8, I think I always just used physical attacks. I don't think I ever did any magic casting unless it was like a magic that I absolutely knew was not equipped on anybody. Draw cast is the way to go. That is the way to do it. The only thing is you have to know the bestiary beforehand, or just hope that whatever you're drawing, the draw casting, isn't going to be the strength of the opponent. Like if you're drawing a fire spell, fire creature, like a fire, like a red flan, for example, fire flan, you're not going to be able to hurt it. You're only going to heal it. So unless you know the bestiary well enough to know, or have like a guide to tell you what magics are in what monsters, you're kind of in a gamble when you do the draw cast technique. Not a bad one, but it is kind of a gamble. But as far as 8, if the story is okay, if you can make the battle system work for you, you can enjoy the battle system. Right, you can also use the card system to improve stuff too. 9 is a throwback, like Chef said, to the previous Final Fantasies. In almost every way. You go back to a 4-party system. You go back to a one-hit system. Like there's not a multi-hit thing like Omni Slash or Lionheart like there is in 7 and 8 respectively. Every attack hits only once. You actually have dedicated classes. You have Titus as if Zidane as a thief. You've got Garnet as a summoner. You've got Ico as another summoner, summoner, and you know, white, a bit of white mage and Garnet, so on and so forth. You actually have specific roles with each character. Another name I just got here, and you got a COVID booster shot at. You gotta be kidding, Alcatraz. Did you really? Did you really get a COVID booster shot ad when you came into the stream? Talk about irony of ironies. Welcome in, by the way, Alcatraz. Okay, sure. Let's put it in the first slot. 10 is one of my favorites as well, because 10, the story is semi-confusing, semi-understandable until like Mount Gagazet, and then it's just like mind-blowing, what the fuck? And I literally had to have somebody explain it to me before I fully understood the whole thing behind Final Fantasy X story after the Mount Gagazet scene. I'll avoid spoilers in case anybody hasn't played 10, but if you haven't played it and you'd like to see it, you can go check out my YouTube archive. I have played Final Fantasy X a couple of times. I did a challenge on it as well when I did a Yuna only challenge. 11 and 14, I don't really, while they are Final Fantasy in title, I don't count them as Final Fantasy games because they're not standard single player JRPGs. They're MMOs. So I don't ever, whenever I say I've played the every Final Fantasy game after 7, I don't count 11 and 14 because they're MMOs. 13 is a game with, it kind of falls in the same realm as 8. Somewhat okay story, could have been told way better. Yuna only is pretty much a Kupo speedrun. Oh, I'm sure. The only time I really had trouble was the one place everybody has trouble with, fucking Seymour on Mount Gagazet. Fucking floating bitch. Casting, not only did he cast Zombie, he had to cast it on Yuna. The story could be told, story 13 could have been told better. 13, the battle system is good. It's actually very, very good. If you can, again, like Final Fantasy VIII, make it work for you, and you can understand it. I didn't have a fucking clue how to use the Final Fantasy 13 combat system. I didn't understand the differences between. I understood the systematic difference of Commando versus Ravager versus Medic and so forth as to what they did. Commandos did physical attacks. Ravagers had weird mages, they did the magic attacks. Medics did the healing, so on and so forth. Hi, Yuna, Walker, Chapu, and Fang. Hi! But I didn't understand how that connected to the chaining system of 13 and how to utilize the chain system to take advantage of the weaknesses of the enemies. So, at a certain point, I couldn't get past a part when I was playing it solo. Oh, yeah. Vanille is a very eclectic character, especially with her accents. The whole sphere grid, damn man, that's, I would like to say that I want to platinum 10, or at least like 100% run it at some point, because I really do like 10, but I really despise grinding, especially that's why I really despise grinding, and that's why I haven't ever beaten Ruby, Emerald, weapons in Final Fantasy VII. I've never beaten the Dark Aeons in Final Fantasy X. I've never beaten any of the monster creations in the monster arena of Final Fantasy X. And that's because I don't like taking the time to spend 20 hours, almost as much or even half as much time grinding to build up the stats, the equipment, all the stuff that you need to beat those enemies. 7 is a little more doable. No, yeah, I've never legit beaten Emerald or Ruby. Now I beat Emerald and Ruby in the new threat mod because you had all kinds of buffs. You had really buffed, overpowered weapons, and you had Ruby and Emerald were severely debuffed. Like they didn't have 1,000,000 health. There's no way. Underwater Coder is overkill. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. So I've never done that because I never wanted to take the time to do all the chocobo racing and all the shit you need to level up a chocobo in order to breed the chocobo to get the right color chocobo, and then go race them, get them high enough to go breed them again to get the next level, to go race them, and so on and so on and so forth. That's the part of the grinding I didn't feel like doing for 7. But as far as 10, getting the sphere grid fit maxed out so you could take on Penance and Nemesis and all the monster creations, all the Dark Aeons, that kind of time grinding, I can't tolerate doing because at a certain point, I need something different to do. I get bored. Ruby has less HP, beat Ruby, you get a gold check. Oh, yeah. And Ruby is easier to beat too, because Ruby is also susceptible to freeze, susceptible to paralyze. Throw dazers at him, you're done. And yeah, there's ways you can do like Penance. You can Sun Motto Penance, and you can Sun Motto all the Dark Aeons. But again, it's another one of those chance happenings that while you can manipulate the RNG to work for you, you're still relying on some semblance of randomness to get Zanmato to happen. Granted, when it does happen, it's effective every time, but it still requires a certain randomness for it to happen. But yeah, those hours of grinding. I feel that if you have bosses in your game that are A, more powerful than the final boss, B, don't really add that much more to the story, and require almost half of the full game or more of hours grinding in order to whether to be a match for it or beat, I think those are poorly designed enemies. I really just don't have the desire to fight them. That's why I've never done them. I don't want to spend 20 hours of a 40-hour game. After I've taken 40 hours to play the game, another 20 hours tacked onto that, just grinding the monster arena to get the AP required to build up all the skills and abilities just to beat them. Like be all the DAs, Penance, legit. Anyone can possibly. I mean, it can be done. If it couldn't be done, then they wouldn't be in the game. They would be literally impossible to beat, and the game would be, it would be pointless. It can be done, and I'm sure I could do it if I just wanted to take the time, and I don't. That's the problem. It's mostly because I don't like the idea of those kinds of enemies. If there was like 20 hours of grinding going into it, if there was 20 hours of grinding involved in getting built up enough to take on those enemies, and there was some story progression, some lore that I was looking at, if there was something that gave me a reason to be there besides just building the stats for taking on these extremely overpowered bosses, then I would probably be more willing to do it. But since there isn't, I don't have the desire to do so. And I really can't stand the fact that if you do build up your stats enough to beat these super high level bosses, like Penance and so forth, you're going to one-shot... Sorry, I didn't mean to sound like I'm going through puberty. You're going to one-shot the final boss. If you go and you go beat Penance fairly, then you go and take on Dark. You go and take on Jack's final Aeon, or Roscoe's final Aeon, Jack. You can one-shot him. That's pointless. That's pointless. I feel that the final boss of the game should be the ultimate boss. Now, if they want to put those kind of things in a game, put them in a place. Let me say it like this. Put it in like they did with Mass Effect 2. In Mass Effect 2, there was DLC missions, DLC events. No, I never fought Yasma, Chef. I only played Final Fantasy 12 one time, and that was it. And I did just the straight story. I did none of the side stuff. I think I might have done like 1 or 2 hunts, and that's it. I never did any of the other hunts. They never, it's been that way since number 3. Yeah, I never, what was I getting to before the Yasma thing? In Mass Effect 2, you can replace the original, the base game, beat the final boss, and you're done. And then, granted, in the case that we're talking about here with the Dark Aeons and stuff, that wasn't DLC because DLC didn't exist back in those days. But after you beat the final boss of Mass Effect, you go back and you get DLC stuff afterwards that has other content in it that you can go do and go fight and go, deal with, that progresses the plot, expands on the universe, can be challenging, but not feel that it was more powerful than the final boss of the game. And again, we're kind of comparing apples and oranges, because while it was DLC, and if you played the game when it first came out, then you got the DLC after that, you were obviously playing that stuff after the final boss anyway. But if you didn't buy it as soon as it came out, and you got it like I did with the Legendary Edition, you get all the DLC in one package. You can do all the DLC missions before you go do the final boss, and so it's all relatively the same thing. I was expecting Adamantus in 15 to be a Yasma-esque fight, but it took about an hour. Oh yeah, I remember hearing so many times about Adamantus in 15 being a 60-hour fight or something like that. I think I might have beat him in 20 minutes. I don't know what all the hype was about, honestly. I'm not trying to fluff my own dick about that either. I just don't know what all the hype was about Adamantus being so powerful. Now, what I can say about Yasmat is this is something that I heard about Yasmat. Yasmat, there's a save point in the battle arena where it was like nearby the battle arena where you fight Yasmat that you can go down to and save and go back into the fight, and he will not have restored his health. I don't know if this is true or not, but this is just something that I've heard. But still, fights like Yasmat, that I think that's just excessive. I mean, that's for people that really enjoy the game, that really enjoy the battle system, that just absolutely love the game in general. And that's all well and good. For people that love the battle system and love those games and want to take on those super hard challenges, that's wonderful. Go for it. Absolutely. I'm all for it. Put them in the game. It's great. But I guess you can call me more of a casual player, even though I would say I'm a little bit more than casual, because I put a lot of heart and soul into all these games when I play them. I still don't have the interest in playing them. I was closer to 40 minutes. Yasmat was a chore, though. I thought we need to be quick while installing, leaving the save area. He regenerates health super fast. Okay, so he does regenerate health, but if you're quick enough, it doesn't really change. It doesn't do much. Got it, yeah. Yeah, if you're taking on a super hard boss, and you've got to use... Okay, let me say it like this. I don't have too much of a problem with using cheese strats. And when I say cheese strats, legitimate strategies that make the battle or make the game far easier, those are acceptable. Those are acceptable. Like using Zanmato against the Dark Aeons, for example. That's cheesy. Now, exploiting glitches and that kind of thing, that I think is not acceptable. That I don't think is acceptable. Now, I'm not saying I probably have never done that, never taken advantage of an exploit or something like that. But I'm not, because I might have, and I just don't remember. But I would think of it like this: if you can't, for me, if I can cheese a really hard boss just so I can say, yeah, I beat that boss, then yeah, I would do it. But if I wanted to beat the boss without using a cheese strat, then those... Let me say it sort of like this, from my own experience. If I were to take on Penance, let's just use that as an example. That's a hard an optional super boss that I know. If I took on Penance and I beat Penance without a cheese strat, then I would have the right to say, you didn't officially beat Penance unless you beat him without using Zanmato or a cheese strat. But since I haven't done that, I can't say that and not be a hypocrite without being a double standard. So, anyone can look at me and say, well, you didn't, even if I did actually beat, even though I haven't never done it, even if I had actually beaten Penance with Zanmato, anybody can look at me and say, hey, you never really fairly beat Penance, you used Zanmato. I did it, that's all I care about. But, that's just how I feel. If you beat a super hard boss fairly without cheese, by all means, you have every right to say, cheese strats, you didn't beat him. Maybe like you said, you may have the trophy for it. You may have screenshots that you did it. You didn't beat him fairly as far as I'm concerned. But that's only if you beat him fairly. You have the right to say that. If you haven't beaten him fairly, or haven't beaten him at all, like I did, like I haven't, you can't say a damn thing. And that is the Dragon's opinion. Have a nice day. Okay. Hi, Comet. And how long have you been laying there? Somehow I did not notice you. I'm not going anywhere. Well, I'm going somewhere for a second. You're right where I need to put my headphones. Thank you, Comet. My friend Greg beat him before I did because I was in college. Ruby Weapon in 7 the first time fairly, but I was drunk. Can't remember what I did. Cheese strat since then. Well, the strats I know for beating Ruby, I really wouldn't call them so much a cheese. Specifically, what I'm referring to as far as Ruby is using dazers on him because he's susceptible to paralyzation, like I said earlier. And I wouldn't call that so much of a cheese strat. I just think that's just smart strategy. And I just think that's clever strategy. Because typically, when you go up against bosses, if you don't know that in advance, it's kind of common thinking that every boss that you go up against, especially optional super bosses like Emerald and Ruby, they're going to be immune to all status elements. Because they're optional, they're super bosses. All they're there for is a huge amount of health. They're a bullet sponge, essentially, for you to beat the hell on and hope that you can live long enough to beat them. So having, not knowing that Ruby is susceptible to paralyzation, if you do know that in advance, then I think you're just better off. I don't really think it's a cheese strat. A cheese strat to me would be using Zanmato against Dark Aeons and Penance, because that's not trying. That's not strategizing. That's taking advantage of the RNG and just using a one-shot kill. Double summons is the cheese strat you can use. Odin to stun for the first and Kate Doder for the second. Wait for him to move, recast, and repeat. I think you can also summon Hades, because I believe Hades also casts. I think Hades also casts Stop. So if you don't have Dazers, you can cast Hades. You can use a W summon. You can summon Hades and Coder to stop him, and use obviously Knights of the Round for the damage. Yeah, Hades. Yeah, because Odin would just use Gunga Lance, because you wouldn't be able to use Steel Bladed Sword, essentially Zetsuken, because you can't one shot Ruby. Okay. I need to take a quick piss break. I'll be back in just a minute. When I come back, I've already beaten 4. I'm not marathoning these games, because it's really a bad idea to try to marathon them for me, because I burn out so easily. I've done that too many times before. I would say too many. I've only done it twice before, but I got burned out both times. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do next. I had put in my Facebook post about doing some fighting game story modes, because I just kind of was in the mood to play some fighting games. And since I'm definitely not a competitive fighter, I just like seeing the stories. I thought maybe I should play some fighting games in story mode. So maybe we'll get started on that. Something maybe. But either way, let me know what you guys want to see. Give me your opinions. I'm gonna, like I said, go run to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Burb. Also, we're gonna get another bottle of water, because this shit's empty, bruh. Although I gotta say, this deeper voice does make me feel like my dick's longer. That's for sure.